Hello from the rail park in Philadelphia. This is actually Philadelphia's version of the High Line that's in New York. It's on an old abandoned railroad that's above ground level, and you can see that they've done a pretty similar job as to what the New York government has done with the High Line. And it's quite a space that they've got here in Philadelphia above the ground. Okay, it hasn't got a New York skyline here, but even so, in a city to have this sort of space where locals can visit. I haven't seen any tourists here so far. Just off Noble Street is the entrance. It's quite a hot day here today, and so the seating that they have here is quite welcoming. But just looking at the views that you'd get around, you do see some of the city skyline in that direction, but in general it hasn't got, I mean, Philadelphia hasn't got New York's skyline, and you wouldn't expect it to, so it's not going to be on the same level that the High Line is, and they probably haven't got the sort of funding either, the money to spend on something that competes with the High Line. But having said that, the actual work that they've done is commendable. To get a space such as this in a city, to make use of the abandoned rail is commendable. This is known as Rail Park, and you will see on the map it only covers a short section, mind you. It's not as extensive as the High Line, and to be honest, the High Line isn't that extensive, but the rail park itself is probably less than half the size of what the High Line is. But even so, it's still a brilliant space here. Now, I haven't managed to see any train tracks as of yet, and I don't think that there are any here. I've just come to one end of the rail park, and maybe this was a platform at one stage, I'm not sure, but you know, they've got extensive area here to sit down as well. Just looking at the visitors that are here, they do look more or less like locals that are visiting this rail park for a break, I guess. Just show you, walking back towards the other way, the sorts of views that you'll get. I mean, on this side there's a car lot, and as you look up towards Philadelphia, this actually is going, let me get my directions right, let me get my bearings right, this is going north actually. And I would say that it's a poor cousin of the High Line, I would say. But if you haven't seen the High Line, this actually would look pretty good. This looks like quite a nice space over here, especially on a hot day as well. I can't see any train tracks, which the High Line has. Maybe I've missed something. Just trying to see if there's any visible train tracks, because this is known as Rail Park. I'm not sure when they did the work for this, if they removed the tracks from here. They may well have done actually. but even so, you would expect some sort of remnants of the train tracks here. Nothing. Can't see a single track here. Just looking at this seating area, and what we've got an electric works over here. Skateboarding prohibited. Help preserve our park. I don't know how to skateboard and I haven't got a skateboard, but I still can't see any train tracks. No, still nothing here. Maybe they got rid of the train tracks when they did the renovation work. I think they may well have done. And this is pretty much the ending or the beginning on this side, close to Noble Street. It really has no memorable sites associated around here, any buildings. The architecture here is quite bland, to be honest, but that's the way it is, I guess. They made use of this space, and I guess it's still worth having, I guess. It's probably a top space for locals. I was just actually walking around this area that actually goes north towards Temple University, and to be honest, there's not a lot of spaces to sit down and have a break. So you can just see, you might be able to capture the sign actually. It says Noble Street just over there. We've actually got tracks on the ground level there. You can actually see them going in to this building over here, and also straight down. There's probably tram tracks. At one stage there's probably a tram running through here, but like I said, as you head north in Philadelphia towards Temple, and also actually if you keep carrying on going north, you actually come to the house that was featured in the Rocky films. It's in that direction, and it actually is let's just say it's not the safest area as you head north. So stick to the city centre, I'd say. The more north you go, the more dangerous it gets, and so there's not many places there where people can have a break. So the areas such as the High Line, called it the High Line? The rail park. I've got High Line on my mind actually, in comparison to the High Line, yes. But I don't think there should be a comparison really, because this is a High Line, I guess, is mostly tourists and locals, some locals. I mean, this is locals. I don't think you'll get many tourists here. This is definitely a locals spot. So from the rail park, not the High Line, it's been a detour for me actually. I was going to another place, and I saw this and I thought I'll make a vlog of this because it is similar to the High Line, and it's good to see what they do with space actually, abandoned space, and a credit to the Philadelphia government or council or local government, whatever it's called in these parts, for making use of this. Philadelphia in some areas does look derelict, and so there is a lot of work going on, and work like this I think helps uplift the areas and also the communities that live and reside in these areas. So from the rail park, it's goodbye.